not every hero deserves to win. Some got lucky, some got loud, and some broke the world to get their way, and still got cheered. In anime, willpower wins. But sometimes the cost is too high. Trust, lives, or the truth. These are 6 times the hero should have lost, and why that loss would have mattered. Subscribe if you're ready for a countdown that questions everything. Starting at number 6, Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto Shippuden. Naruto wins the war, but not all wars should end in a hug. By the time the 4th Great Ninja War erupts, Naruto's already the golden child, beloved, prophesied, unstoppable. But his biggest test isn't power, it's judgment. And in the war's final act, he fails it. Obito is responsible for the massacre of the Uchiha, the Akatsuki's reign of terror, the deaths of countless shinobi, and literally starting the apocalypse. Madara manipulated entire generations. The world burns, villages fall, and yet, Naruto forgives them. He extends the same hand to mass murderers that he once offered to lonely kids. A noble instinct, but here, it breaks. Forgiveness becomes blindness. Accountability dies so the cycle of hate can get a pep talk. The real kicker, Naruto's worldview wins. He stops Sasuke not with justice, but with nostalgia. He protects a system that orphaned him, ostracized him, and weaponized children. Even the reincarnated Kage nod in approval as the shinobi world resets with 0 structural change. All the trauma, buried under speeches and friendship. It's not that Naruto couldn't have won, but he shouldn't have. Not like this, because peace without reform is just silence before the next war. Kumbaya never felt so dystopian. Number 5, Tanjiro Kamado, Demonslayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. Tanjiro never asked for revenge. He asked for a cure. Then the bodies started piling up. When Muzan Kibutsuji murders Tanjiro's family, it's framed as tragedy. But by the time Tanjiro reaches the Infinity Castle, it's collateral damage. Nameless demons torn apart by a boy who still calls himself kind. What begins as mercy hardens into mission. And the mission is absolute. He'll spare a demon if they cry first. But if they don't, he carves them apart with a prayer. By the final battle, the story bends over backward to keep him pure. He's poisoned, turned into a demon, unleashed as a monster, and still forgiven. The narrative gives him out after out, even as Hashira fall and the streets run red. Then comes the moment. Muzan is dead. Tanjiro is the new demon king. And what happens? He's saved. By love, by chance, by plot. No consequences, no cost, just a tearful group hug. Tanjiro's humanity is never in question, even when he's seconds away from doing what Muzan did, because the story doesn't allow it. It shields him, and in doing so, it robs the world he inhabits of moral weight. He wins. But so do the lies that kept him righteous. Number 4, Shinji Ikari, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Humanity didn't need a savior. It needed Shinji to stop. By the end of Evangelion, Shinji isn't a boy caught in a war. He's the keystone in an extinction event, handed the authority to reshape the human race after spiraling into grief, fear, and resentment. Misato is dead. Asuka lies broken beside him. Rei dissolves into something older than gods. And what does Shinji do? He chokes the last person who cared about him. Then he decides who lives and dies based on his personal growth arc. Instrumentality, the merging of all human souls, offers peace, but also annihilation. Shinji rejects it. Not because it's wrong, but because he's lonely. His rejection births a shattered earth where people might return. Or not. Millions are erased. Individuality is restored, sure, but through the lens of one traumatized teenager's whim. His choice wasn't brave, it was desperate. And the story treats that desperation as truth. The worst part? He's congratulated for it. The same system that crushed him, Nerve, Gendo, Seal, gets a soft epilogue, as if Shinji's final scream rewrote the abuse. He didn't save humanity, he gambled with it. In a just world, Shinji would have stepped down, or been stopped. Instead, he remade the world in his own broken image. Number 3, Lelouch v. Britannia, codegeass. Lelouch wanted to burn the world to fix it. The fire listened. At first, he's the masked rebel Zero, waging a war for the oppressed. He topples Britannian rule, shatters empires, and paints his ideals across the sky with mecha and blood. It's compelling. It's righteous, until it isn't. Because somewhere between tactical genius and personal vengeance, Lelouch crosses a line. He uses Gaius on his own allies, orders massacres, lies to every face that ever trusted him. When Nunnally's peace threatens his authority, he throws her into the chessboard too. And then comes the Zero Requiem, his masterstroke. Lelouch becomes emperor just to die by his friend's hand. A staged assassination to unite the world through shared hatred of him. It works. The world finds peace, but only because he controlled the narrative, wrote his own legend, played villain and martyr at once. Did he sacrifice himself? Yes. Did the world need that level of manipulation to heal? Maybe. But here's the problem. Lelouch didn't win as Zero. He won as Britannia, by becoming what he swore to destroy. He silenced opposition by dying, not by fixing the root. His legacy is a lie with good PR, and somehow he gets framed as the ultimate hero. Tactical brilliance? No doubt. Moral clarity? Not even close. Number 2, Light Yagami, Deathnote. Light doesn't fall from grace. He free falls into godhood, and the story lets him climb too high before gravity answers back. From day one, Light Yagami sees the world as broken. Criminals walk free. Evil persists. Then the Death Note lands in his hands, and suddenly he's not a student. He's judge, jury, and divine executioner. For a while, it's effective. Global crime plummets, nations tremble, but behind the stats is a purge. Faceless, silent, merciless. Killers, thieves, dissenters, investigators. Anyone who questions Kira dies. The turning point isn't when Light kills, it's when he enjoys it. When he manipulates Misa, when he sacrifices his own father's safety, when he toys with L's death like it's performance art. The line between justice and ego melts away, and what's left is a narcissist with supernatural ammo. And the world, it watches. It adapts. It worships. Light should have lost sooner. Much sooner. But because he's charismatic, brilliant, and terrifyingly calm, the plot stretches his reign across years. Every close call dodged by luck, intellect, or divine coincidence. When he finally dies, it's too late. The cult of Kira already exists. The myth lives on. Even his enemies admit he changed the world. He didn't clean it. He stained it, permanently. Number 1, Eren Yeager, Attack on Titan. Eren starts as a victim. He ends as a god of genocide. His mother is eaten, his freedom stolen. His rage, earned. But across 4 seasons, Eren's mission shifts from survival to annihilation. He doesn't just want justice, he wants dominance. By the time we reach the rumbling, the mask is off. Eren triggers the deaths of over 80% of humanity. Not as a tactical move, but as a cleansing fire. Entire cities crushed beneath titans, children trampled, whole cultures erased in hours. And yet, he calls it love. Love for his friends, love for paradise. But it's not love. It's fear weaponized. A preemptive strike disguised as a sacrifice. Eren positions himself as the devil the world needs, so his people can inherit peace. Except peace built on bones doesn't last. It haunts. The worst part? Eren wins. Not tactically. He dies, but narratively. His friends forgive him. Armin calls him the savior of the world. Historia bears his child. Statues are raised, martyrdom handed out like medals. The global trauma he inflicts? Glossed over. The survivors, left to rationalize genocide as a necessary evil. Eren deserved to lose not because he was wrong, but because he made himself unchallengeable. A hero who demanded silence in the face of terror. And silence is what he got. Now let's wrap this up. So there it is. 6 heroes who won when they probably shouldn't have. From Naruto's mercy to Eren's destruction, these wins weren't just messy. They were warnings. Who do you think got off too easy? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Nonagon for more anime breakdowns.